I wanted to recommend a book that I have found very helpful. It's called Fight Right by Julie and John Gottman. We use a lot of their principles in our couples counseling work. This book in particular, I really appreciate because one of the main problems that we encounter with couples is that they have bad conflict. They have conflict that leaves them feeling distant, hurt, that can really make them feel like they don't feel safe in the relationship. And it's not intuitive to know how to fight well or have good conflict. And I also want to say you don't have a bad marriage or a bad relationship just because you fight. It's important to be able to fight and have conflict, but do it in a healthy way. And part of what the Gottmans are proposing is that actually you can have conflict that helps you feel closer to your partner, feel more of a sense of intimacy if you learn to handle the conflict in a healthy, productive way. So I would recommend really for every couple to read this book. I would say it's probably a good idea to also work with a couples therapist if you're struggling to get these concepts to work for you. It's also really important to see a couples therapist if there's been a breach in trust. Say there's been infidelity in the relationship, there's been any abuse in the relationship, there's been issues with finances or things like that you just can't seem to resolve, because sometimes doing these things on your own is difficult and you might need a coach, a therapist, somebody who's trained in these particular skills to help you, process them for your situation in particular. But I hope you feel really encouraged in hearing that conflict doesn't have to be a bad thing. You really can use that conflict to feel closer to somebody. And you've probably experienced that in moments where you might have had a fight with your partner, but then you had a repair, you got along better, and you felt closer to your partner afterwards. And so that's kind of the purpose of all of this, is to get you to a closer, more intimate place. Because there are certain conflicts you're just going to keep having over and over, but they can get better and easier, and it can be healthier, and you can really learn to understand each other and have compassion for each other, even in the conflict. And that's a really beautiful thing. And so give us a call if you're struggling in your relationships. We have couples therapists who can help you get to the other side of it and get to a happier, more loving place.